I don't want to talk about Greenland. Let's talk about Venezuela, Russia, Ukraine. We'll worry about Greenland in about 2 months.
Donald Trump has issued a warning to the new leader of Venezuela.
US President Donald Trump has restated his claim that he brokered peace between India and Pakistan.
Then came the threat from Donald Trump, the US president.
There are other superpower countries in the world, and there are other powerful leaders too. But then why does one name keep appearing everywhere? Whether it's the India-Pakistan ceasefire, global trade tariff wars, rising tensions in the Middle East, or even the recent Venezuela situation, Trump's influence keeps showing up again and again. So the real question isn't whether he's powerful. It's how one person manages to insert himself into so many global flashpoints at the same time, and what exactly he wants. Power doesn't appear overnight. It builds quietly, through moments most people don't pay attention to, until one day it feels impossible to ignore. Donald Trump didn't become powerful because everyone agreed with him. He became powerful because he learned how to control attention, how to dominate narratives, and how to turn conflict itself into momentum. In a world where outrage spreads faster than facts, visibility becomes power. And Trump understood that earlier than most people were willing to admit. Before politics, he wasn't known for silence or subtlety. He built a public identity around confidence, confrontation, and the belief that winning mattered more than approval. When he entered politics, he didn't adapt to the system. He forced the system to react to him. Traditional leadership relies on restraint, quiet negotiation, and careful language. Trump rejected that model completely. To his supporters, this felt honest. To his critics, it felt dangerous. But to everyone watching, it was undeniable. Most leaders use power behind closed doors. Trump uses it out in the open. He applies pressure publicly, sets unpredictable conditions, and forces reactions instead of waiting for agreement. This isn't accidental, it's a strategy. By speaking directly to the public and bypassing traditional frameworks, he turns tension into leverage. Every response, whether supportive or hostile, keeps the focus centered on him. Resistance doesn't weaken the position, it often strengthens it. And this approach didn't stay confined to speeches or social media. It produced real-world effects. In the Middle East, long-standing diplomatic assumptions shifted. Agreements like the Abraham Accords didn't emerge from quiet consensus building. They formed through public repositioning, where older frameworks were sidestepped and pressure was applied openly. The structure of dialogue changed, and so did the balance of expectations. In South Asia, Trump didn't decide the fate of India-Pakistan relations, but his broader global posture altered how both sides calculated risk. When international attention moved unpredictably, restraint became less certain and recalibration became necessary. With China, the trade war didn't unfold through traditional diplomatic patience. Escalating tariffs were announced publicly, turning economic policy into a visible pressure tool. Global supply chains adjusted not because of quiet negotiations, but because uncertainty itself became a signal. Even long-standing alliances felt the shift. Instead of quiet reassurance, commitments were demanded openly. Expectations were stated publicly. Allies were pushed to act visibly rather than symbolically. In none of these cases did Trump fully control the outcome. What he controlled was the tempo, the pressure, the reaction. That's the power shift. The world this power operates in is already unstable. Conflicts exist before any leader speaks. Tensions build long before decisions are made. When forceful authority enters an unstable system, it doesn't reset it, it amplifies it. That's what makes this moment different. Not the presence of power, but the timing of it. Large-scale conflicts don't begin because someone wants chaos. They begin when pressure builds faster than diplomacy can release it. When leaders are rewarded for appearing strong instead of cautious, backing down becomes risky. And when no one wants to look weak, escalation becomes the easiest path forward. World wars don't start with a single decision. They start with patterns. Patterns of confrontation. Patterns of unchecked authority. Patterns where every move demands a response, and every response raises the stakes. The danger isn't intention, it's momentum. Trump's approach suggests a belief that overwhelming strength prevents long-term conflict, that dominance creates order, that hesitation invites challenge. Whether that belief stabilizes the world or destabilizes it depends on how far pressure is pushed, how others respond, and how many miscalculations occur along the way. Power doesn't guarantee control. It only increases the consequences of mistakes. This isn't about right versus wrong. It's about power without breaks. History doesn't end. It repeats. Stay tuned.